Here recently, I've kind of been taking note of something, and that's that zombie games seem to have really died in as far as popularity goes. Here within the past several years, maybe even a decade, they're just not really what they used to be as far as in terms of popularity. I mean, back in like the 90s and the 2000s, you had just zombie games everywhere. Evil Dead, Resident Evil, Left 4 Dead, Dead Island, Plants vs. Zombies, Shell Shock 2 Blood Trails, Dead Rising, Dead Space, Teenage Zombies, Lollipop Chainsaw, the OG COD Zombies. The list goes on and on. But here recently, there just hasn't been a lot going on as far as big zombie games. There was Back for Blood, which kind of failed. There was Dead Island 2, which, while it did sell well, it kind of fizzled out. There was also the Dead Space remake, which I guess sold pretty well and was popular for a little bit. Then there were smaller titles like the Evil Dead reboot or the House of the Dead remake, which, you know, they sold well or decent, I guess, from what I saw, and they were decently received. So there is still some market for zombie games, and some people, including myself especially, do want to see zombie games. But it just really seems that they have been declining a lot in popularity. Could just be that development companies haven't been able to come up with any new ideas, or they're just really reluctant to put out new zombie games. I mean, because a lot of zombie games have failed throughout the years. I mean, looking at something like Little Red Riding Hood Zombie Barbecue for the DS, that didn't sell very well. Pet Zombies didn't sell very well. And there are tons of zombie games just all over Steam, mostly from indie developers that haven't really sold that well. I mean, that being said, there are some that did decently, such as something like Zombie Girl or Abyss School or You Will Die Here Tonight. So there is, like I said, there is some market for zombie games. There are people who still want zombie games. It just seems that they're just not as popular as they used to be. And I guess that is the way with all what's the word I'm looking for? With all fads, that honestly doesn't sound like the right word. With things just phase in and out of popularity, and I've really noticed that zombie games have kind of just declined as far as popularity goes, and it really is sad, because there are just so many great zombie games, especially on older hardware like Shell Shock 2 Blood Trails, Rock of the Dead. I personally haven't had the opportunity to play the OG Resident Evil games, but I know that they are very, very highly thought of. I'm currently right now playing a game called Blood Drive. While it's not the best game I've ever played, it definitely is fun at times. So, like I said, there is a market for zombie games, and there are people who want them, but it just seems that they're just not really mainstream like they used to be anymore, and maybe that's why we haven't been seeing many big releases. That being said, we did get Skur Ritual a few months ago, which I bought just the other day on sale. I mean, as for an indie game, it sold well, but it definitely wasn't really a mainstream hit. And there are the upcoming games Lollipop Chainsaw Repop and Killing Floor 3. I know Killing Floor 3 is an indie game because Tripwire's an indie company. I'm not sure about the company that's working on Lollipop Chainsaw Repop, but I personally have really high hopes for both of them. So that there are people who still want zombie games. I mean, zombie games are fun. Sometimes you just need to sit back and relax and just kill zombies. Or if you want something, a bit more multiplayer team based, there's something like, I don't know, like Left 4 Dead or Garden Warfare. And it does seem that like not Garden Warfare, Left 4 Dead 2 and COD Zombies are about the only zombie games that are really, I would say, mainstream. And when I say COD Zombies, more specifically like World at War through Black Ops 3, mostly Black Ops 3, and the only real reason for that one is because of all the customizable options, where people are able to very easily create their own maps. So there's just always fresh content on Black Ops 3 because of all the content creators that are putting stuff out on it. But I just wanted to talk about this for a minute. It seems that zombie games just have kind of fizzled out, and they're not as popular as they used to be, which is sad. Because I myself am a huge zombie fan. I mean, my channel is literally called Zombie Gamer Cat, and mainly what I do here is play, review, and discuss zombie and horror games with occasional other topics. But like I said, just let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Do you agree with me on this? Do you think zombie games have been declining, or do you think I'm mistaken? Again, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Always remember that Jesus loves you. Peace.